Now, back to McGraw in the Morning on the Big 550 KTRS. This hour is presented by Collier & Thompson Kitchen and Bath. Visit them today at collierandthompson.com.
We're going live to Boston here in just a moment. They're having a news conference. We are waiting for that news conference to begin. Before we get to that news conference, though, Micah Little joins us. She and Marty Little, her brother, are St. Louisans who live in St. Louis, who flew to Boston for the marathon. Micah Little, welcome to KTRS Radio.
Hi, how you doing?
You finished the race, and then tell us what happened.
Well, I finished the race, and then I was not feeling well. Obviously, after running 26 miles, you're just, kind of out of it.
Sure.
So I was supposed to meet Marty and my mom, who was also with us, kind of like a block away from where everything happened, and I texted him, and I was like, just keep on going down the street, meet me like 2 more blocks down the street. So I wasn't feeling well. I just wanted to grab a cab. So about 20 minutes later, we hear like a loud sound, but Boston at this time, it's like a huge positive atmosphere. So we're like, oh, maybe it's just fireworks or something going on, just with like people finishing, because it's so positive, and there's 10 people deep on each side of the, each side of the finish way. So we just got into a cab and went to our hotel. As soon as we got to the hotel, there was news everywhere about the bombings, and we're like a block away from Massachusetts General Hospital, so it was nonstop ambulances going by up until like 7 o'clock last night.
So
it was just kind of crazy.
So you were 20 minutes away. You crossed the finish line 20 minutes before the bombings went off.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I was like thinking I was going to finish right around that time. I had originally told Marty and my mom that I wasn't expecting a great time, and so I would have been crossing the finish line at that time, and somehow I just had a great race and finished 20 minutes before all the chaos started to happen, which I'm thankful for that, but still unbelievable.
Now, you're next to Mass General. Tell us,
yes.
Give us your eyewitness accounts of what you've seen at Mass General.
Well, I think that they were on lockdown last night, so it was just, like around, there was ambulances all around, still going in and out of the hospital, but there was SWAT teams still patrolling with the guys on the back of the trucks, with machine guns out in front of the hospital, and they're still pretty much patrolling around there, so it's just nonstop police going in and out, and not even just like 1 or 2, it's like constant rolls of like 15 cops driving by.
Micah, we've heard reports that people aren't allowed in their hotel, and once they are allowed in, they're not allowed out.
Yes. Last night, after we got home, I was kind of hungry, so we were going to leave, and they strongly advised everyone just to stay in their hotel rooms or go home. So we were able to go out to grab a quick bite. As soon as we came back, it was hotels. They have lists of the people in it, and if you're not on that list, you can't get in the hotel. And they shut down the subways and all the bridges and the airports. So, there was people out on the streets just trying to get back to where they were going.
Yeah.
Especially after running a marathon, you see people trying to walk back to their, where they're going, and it's just not a good scene.
Marty is with us. Marty, you are Micah's brother. Are you there, Marty?
I'm here.
Marty, tell us your thoughts after listening to your sister.
Yeah, that was about it. My mom and I were actually standing right at the site for about the 2 hours prior to the explosion, and so we were sitting around waiting for my sister to finish. And then, as she completed the race, we moved further down, and it wasn't but 20 minutes or so after we had left that site.
Marty,
all the helicopter scenes and all that stuff, we could point out exactly where we were standing.
Marty, talk about the people you're seeing on the street, the Bostonians who you're seeing on the street. Give us a sense of what's that is like.
Well, it feels a lot different than it did 2 days ago when we were up here just kind of sightseeing. There are guards everywhere. They moved in all the state police from around the state. And we're actually right next to the hospital, like she had said. So there's SWAT teams, hospitals on lockdown, ambulances, cops going up the street every 2-3 minutes. So people are just aware of what happened, and they're also still kind of in shock. It's weird. We're up here for this celebration, and then we're essentially on lockdown in a hotel room.
Yeah.
The last day we're up here.
When are you planning on coming back, Marty?
We're supposed to fly back this afternoon, but we'll see how that goes. We're hearing that the flights are mostly delayed.
Certainly understandable.
So,
Marty, you are a council member for the city of Overland. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And you and your sister Micah were there. She was running the Boston Marathon, finished it in 3 hours and 32 minutes, about 20 minutes before the bombs went off, and now you're staying next to Mass General. Marty and Micah Little, thank you very much. Be safe and get back to St. Louis safe and sound.
For sure. Take care.
You got it. It's 8:27. We'll go to that news conference in a moment on the Big 550 KT.